So next, I would like to invite Debjani Ghosh, President of NASSCOM, the IT Secretary of the State, Education Secretary of the State, and the President of NASSCOM are on our board ex officio always as founding institutions. And also to recognize Beaver sir is also past chairman of NASSCOM. So now request Debjani, she's unwell, so last minute she had to kind of cancel her travel. So she's joined online. So Debjani, all yours.
Thank you very much. And first of all, my apologies for not being able to be there and for having an extremely croaky voice. I do hope I can be heard. Good evening, everyone. And it's such a pleasure. Sorry, such an important milestone. And I was talking to a few people who were there when it all started. And taking just looking back at the rearview mirror to 1998. It is so hard today to even envision how nascent, how small the technology industry was at that point in time. We were hardly, I think, around 4 billion. I'm sure Mohan Garu, who's in the audience, will know better. But I think, if I'm not wrong, we were around 4 billion in revenue and contributed as an industry to less than 1% of India's GDP. For NASSCOM, at that juncture, it was extremely critical for us to think of a strategic plan that would provide that exponential growth the industry needed to get to 10x. Our goal was we have to at least get to a 10x plan. And we started working with many strategic partners like McKinsey, etc., to build a roadmap to reach 50 billion, so 4 billion to 50 billion. That was the bold aspiration at that point in time. And we had set a timeline of 2008. As we were thinking through it, I mean, a few key imperatives became clear that these have to be done. These are the must-do imperatives. One, talent. We had to make talent the biggest competitive advantage for our industry and for our country if we wanted to address the global opportunity in software services. Second, we had to build globally competitive sector, and to do that, the focus on quality in whatever we did was something we could not compromise on, and that was sort of the second mantra that the industry came up with. The third was the need to attract global companies, create India as a hub for global companies and not have that narrow domestic view only. We knew that if we wanted to be world leaders, we had to create a global ecosystem that India was part of. And last but not the least, of course, quality infrastructure, telecom, these were absolute must-dos. It was also a time when there was very healthy competition emerging between all the different states in India to attract companies so that they could be seen as ID hubs. Hyderabad was, no surprises, at the forefront. It was a front runner even in those times, and it was coming up with tremendously innovative policies, programs to attract the best talent. And given the importance of talent for this 10x vision, NASSCOM decided that one of the things we needed to do was roll up our sleeves, get involved, and have a role in creating and realizing this vision and creating the talent that we needed. Hence came the partnership with IIIT Hyderabad as a founding partner, and I have to say this is one of those decisions that we have been tremendously proud of. The vision was to build a dedicated institute that focused only on technology learning and research with the strongest possible industry partnership. There were a lot of discussions on pedagogy, and it was designed to prepare students with experiential learning and also create that entrepreneurial approach. I mean, those were sort of the two design principles which I think everyone who was part of the team that had worked on this told me that these were the two things we were really looking out to achieve. And I think the lack of legacy combined with some of the freedom we got to build innovative governance models the PPP model that we were able to build have all contributed towards making that dream come true in the setting up of IIITs. And while I think there are around 20 IIITs today, IIIT Hyderabad is the only institution where NASSCOM is a founding partner. And we are tremendously proud of the partnership, of what we have achieved, the journey that we have been on till now. And we also strongly believe that the best lies ahead. The journey of the next few years is going to be the deciding factor in terms of not just the destiny of this institute, but also it will play a huge role in shaping the success of the industry and India as a tech hub overall, as a tech global power overall. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you, continuing to be part of this journey and supporting in whatever way we can. And once again, thank you, Professor Raj Reddy. Thank you to all my colleagues on the board and of course PJN for the fantastic leadership and for making this such a dream partnership for all of us. Thank you and wish you the very best. And sorry once again for not being able to be there.
Debjani, thank you so much. I know you're very unwell, and thanks for taking the time and joining us. Thank you so much.